You become rich by becoming a master of one. You have one man who's skilled at 10 jobs that pay $10 an hour, as opposed to one man who's very skilled at one job that pays $100 an hour. Imagine you have access to 500 of the richest people in America. You've collected all their wisdom, all their knowledge, and you have found 13 principles that all 500 of these people have in common. This took Napoleon Hill 25 years of research to get this in the book that we're discussing today. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. The 13 principles to thinking and growing rich. Let's discuss the first principle now. Step number 1, desire. Napoleon Hill describes this as a burning desire, not a hope, not a wish, but a burning desire to achieve what you want, and he gives a 6-step process how to write out this goal in specifics. Here's an example of what your sentence should look like. I will be making $100,000 per year by September 2nd, 2018, offering my services as a DJ. Of course, that's not on Christmas Eve and the times I'm checking my naughty list. The 6th and final step to carrying out your desire is to read your written statement out loud twice a day, when you get up in the morning and right before bed. When reading this list, see yourself as already in possession of the money. Number 2, faith. It doesn't matter how strong your desire is. If you don't believe in what you're trying to do, it's not going to happen. In our silly example I gave earlier with Santa Claus, if he believes he doesn't have the time to become a great DJ and make 6 figures a year, it's likely not going to happen. Faith is crucial. If your faith isn't strong right now, don't worry about it, because that's what step 3 is all about. And that's autosuggestion. Autosuggestion is the agency of control through which an individual may voluntarily feed his subconscious mind on thoughts of a creative nature, or, by neglect, permit thoughts of a destructive nature to find their way into the rich garden of their mind. Before moving to the next step, repeat step 1 with that list, and remember, when you're reading that list out loud, in the morning and at night, read it with emotion and a state of absolute certainty as if it already happened. Because your subconscious mind only acts on thoughts that are emotionally charged. Make sure these thoughts are aiding in your success, not your failure. Step number 4, specialized knowledge. You don't become rich by becoming a jack of all trades. You become rich by becoming a master of one. You have one man who's skilled at 10 jobs that pay $10 an hour, as opposed to one man who's very skilled at one job that pays $100 an hour. The key is not knowing a lot about general information. It's about knowing a lot about a very specific subject. What is your one thing? Pick that one skill you want to master and master it. Successful people know this. They pick one thing, they have specialized knowledge, and they outsource the rest. They have a strong network that can make up in their weaknesses. Step number 5, imagination. Author Napoleon Hill says it has been said that man can create anything which he can imagine. Think about all that exists in the world today. Computers, lava lamps, selfie sticks. At one point, all of this was in the mind of an individual, carried out by all these 13 steps that we're discussing now, but imagination is crucial to manifesting your desires. Step number 6, organized planning. I like to use the idea of a Rubik's Cube. Let's say your goal is to run a marathon, running 26.2 miles. You haven't been that active. Running 26.2 miles right now seems impossible, just like solving a Rubik's Cube seems impossible. But walking 10 minutes right now is like taking a Rubik's Cube and making one turn in the right direction. That's where the organized planning comes in, not in the big things that you want to accomplish, but the small things that you could do right now. You achieve big by thinking and acting small. Step number 7, decision. People who fail to make money are easily influenced by the opinions of others. It could be family and friends. Whether their opinions are well-intentioned or not, they often hold you back. You need to make your own decisions. And the biggest difference between unsuccessful people and successful people is that unsuccessful people take a long time to make a decision, but they're quick to change their mind. Successful people are quick to make a decision and very slow to change their mind. Sometimes in life, in order to be successful, you have to burn your bridges, to not go back, to decide that you're going down one path and you're not changing your mind. Step number 8, persistence. The more intense your desire, the more likely you're going to persist. But once you make a decision and it's getting tough, it's so easy to want to give up, to go down another path. I know I'm doing that right now with YouTube. I've spent about 6 months on this and made several dozen videos, countless hours, and crickets. It's just me and my mom watching these videos. But in order to be successful, you have to stick with something. So I know the feeling. So if there's something that you really want to do, decide you're going to do it, persist no matter what, and eventually you'll be successful. Step number 9, the power of the mastermind. A mastermind is defined as a coordination of knowledge and effort in a spirit of harmony between 2 or more people for the attainment of a definite purpose. Basically, when you mastermind, synergy is involved, where 1 + 1 = 3. So think about this picture here. You have now collected the wisdom of all these people in this picture. That's hundreds of years. Take turns focusing on each other's problems and you'll all solve your solutions much faster. But keep in mind, these have to be from people you trust, not from clowns. Step 10, the mystery of sex transmutation. According to Napoleon Hill, destroy the sex glands, whether in man or beast, and you have removed the major source of action. This chapter seemed very odd, but a lot of men do what they do because they're trying to save the princess. They're trying to win the heart of the woman they love. Men with a sexual drive develop imagination, courage, willpower, persistence, and creative ability. It's a powerful driving force that can be channeled to creative pursuits. This may be the benefit of not watching porn, not masturbating, because you could channel that sexual energy towards your goals and dreams and make it easier to achieve them. Step number 11, the subconscious mind. Positive and negative thoughts cannot occupy the mind at the same time. The one that you choose to focus on more is the one that's going to dominate. It's your responsibility to make sure these positive emotions are the dominating influence of your mind. Napoleon Hill says the 7 most powerful positive emotions are desire, faith, love, sex, enthusiasm, romance, and hope. The author also says make a habit of applying each of these emotions every day. One of my favorite ways is using my enthusiasm to light up a friend, give them hope for a better future. Step 12, the brain. Napoleon Hill believes that there's a collective mind, a universal intelligence that we all can tap into through vibrational thought. When we're thinking about positive emotions, our vibrations are higher, and our subconscious mind is the sending station of our brain. When we're in a positive state, we're operating at a high vibrational frequency, and when we do this, we are connected with the universal mind. It's like masterminding with your universal source, where you have infinite years of wisdom provided to you. This chapter seemed strange to me when I read the book years ago, but now through meditation, I'm starting to believe in it a little bit more. I can make future videos on meditation, but for now, let's move on to the 13th and final step. Step number 13, the 6th sense. Napoleon Hill says the 6th sense defies description. It cannot be described to a person who has not mastered the other principles of this philosophy. Because such a person has no knowledge and no experience with the 6th sense, this can't be compared. There's no practical advice for this step, but I look at it like a baker's dozen. You mastered the other 12 steps, this one comes to you automatically. Those are the 13 steps. Highly recommend you check out Think and Grow Rich. If you haven't, I'll leave a link in the description below.